Oh, we got Ash in here. All right. All righty. We're going to do this one in an accent. I don't know what kind of accent this is. Woo-hoo.
Boop, boop.
All righty. It's time for inquiry. Inquiry just sounds like you should have a British accent when you say it, you know? It's like, what's your inquiry?
Yes.
All right. So it's good to see you. All right, Ash, let's just close our eyes for a minute. Just take a few moments to breathe. And we'll let it out. Okay. Where would you like to start?
Whatever. I believe I'm fearing something in relationship. I don't want to be in this relationship, but there's like a part of me that's addicted to it. And
yeah, addicted to what about it?
It's like I'm afraid I'm going to be left out or something. Like I'm seeking approval or and it doesn't feel good.
Yeah. So just go in for a moment, and I'm going to just be kind of laser with this because we've done a lot of inquiry before. I'm leaving myself out. I'll miss out if I leave the relationship. Look right now where you're already leaving yourself out by saying yes to something that's not a full yes. And where does that live in the body?
It's in my solar plexus and then in my heart as well, but more in the solar plexus.
Yeah. Power center, power struggle. So just give that your attention for a moment, give that your care. I'm already leaving myself out. You know, the whatever future that we want to avoid, typically we're experiencing right now, but we just haven't met it yet. So how does that feel if you can connect to the sensation?
Yeah, it's restricted and it just turns, like it's consistently just turning.
Yeah. So let's just practice a little immediacy. This is for all of you watching, a practice of just letting sensations be, which could be one of the hardest parts of inquiry because we want to get rid of it. It's scary. We want to project it out. We want to go eat. We want to go scroll or do what we do. So just for a moment, breathe into that. And without the story that it's turning, it's tight, what else is there? Like take out the past, take out the future, really let yourself investigate what's actually in the sensation. What other words come to mind?
I'm not feeling expansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Contraction?
Yeah.
Yeah, contraction. Okay. So just letting a contraction be there, is it a threat to you in this moment? Meaning, is your survival at stake? If it sticks around for a few moments, is that unbearable? Or can you be with it for a moment?
Honestly, I can be with it.
Yeah. So just letting yourself be with it for a moment. This is going in the opposite direction of years and years and years of not being with it. And this is true for all of us. So, okay, there's a contraction. Underneath the contraction, maybe there's just energy, movement, aliveness. Even expansion is just a thought. So without all of that, just this, I can be with this. This is okay. It's not a threat to me. And just for a moment, you can be here. That's just where we'll start. So now go into what would happen if you walked away. What do you say? I miss out on something. I know to some degree you're already experiencing that because there's a yes to something that doesn't fully feel like a yes. So if you were to walk away completely, what's the worst case scenario you can imagine happening?
I have to be with myself continuously.
Yeah, which before now translates to being with this that I can't be with, that I don't want to be with.
Yeah.
you know? So I'm not, it's like saying yes when it's not a full yes is taking half yourself, part of yourself into the relationship, with the other parts not wanting to be there, that inner conflict.
Mhm.
It's the same inner conflict that you could be experiencing now. I want to be with some of me and not all of me. And this person's the mirror. I want to be with some of this person and not, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, worst case scenarios, I'm going to be with me. I'd have to be with all of me. Okay, what if you did let yourself fully be with all of you? Is there something that your ego mind or something that
Yeah.
comes to mind that's like, that's too much, it's too scary? Is there
Yeah.
something? Yeah.
I don't want to feel the emotions that can come up with the the leaving of the relationship. It's like I don't want to feel.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to feel. What would happen if you felt fully?
I'd have to cry.
Yeah. And then what? What's wrong with crying? Do you think you'll stay there? You'll be stuck there? It will be endless?
I'll be stuck there.
Yeah.
It'll be endless. It's just never ending pain.
Mm-hmm. So I just want you to find where the current pattern right now is never ending pain. If it doesn't change, doesn't mean you need to walk away or stay.
Not listening to myself. That's
Yeah.
where the never ending pain comes in.
Yes. Not listening to myself. You know, something comes up, it says no, and then mine says yes, or vice versa. Continuing that and never stopping that, that's the never ending pain. You know,
Yeah.
we project it on a future, but it's always going to be something right now that we're experiencing. So just for a moment, let's just question, is it true that even that will create never ending pain? I mean, in the last 6 months, have you been in never ending pain every millisecond?
Yeah.
Okay. So even the phone could ring, and then for a moment, your pain's gone. Oh, I wonder who that is. And then you put
No,
the phone down, and it's like, oh, I'm back.
it's transferred to the phone. I'll feel that the phone is now triggering something within me and I'm getting that gut reaction. Like,
Yeah. Well, you know, the phone's a symbol. It could be a bird flies. I mean, it could be something that pulls our attention away from our suffering. And then in that moment, there's no suffering. You know, that's just the nature. Like I could be so miserable. And then someone could be like, "Oh, Brandon, you just won $500." And I'm like, "Oh, what?" And then I'm like, "Oh, wait, let me remember my stuff. Okay, I'm back. I'm back." So again, we're just noticing that there's not this thing that is uh, forcing us to suffer, and it's never constant. It has to change. It's just how things are, which is great to notice. Now, so the inquiry is, okay, if I let myself cry, I'll have never ending suffering. Turn it around. If I don't let myself cry,
I'll have never ending suffering.
yeah. If I fight against that part of me, if I say yes when I mean no, I will have never ending suffering.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just sitting in that. So let's try this one. If I let myself cry, I would end my suffering. Just does that feel equally or more true?
It feels equally true.
Yeah. If we let ourselves experience an emotion fully without fighting it, it doesn't last more than a few minutes. But if we continue telling the story, I'm going to be in endless suffering. I'm going to lose out on something. I'm going to miss something. I mean, can you absolutely know that that's true? That if you walk away, there's something that you just are always going to lack and be without
Yeah.
the rest of your life. Is it true?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm missing out on the things I should be showing up for within myself.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. So that even comes back to the now. Yeah, I'm already missing out, and you're not really missing out, but it could feel like that.
Right.
I'm missing out on saying yes to myself.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we say yes to ourselves, there's connection. It could be going for a walk, doing the dishes. It doesn't matter. There's this still voice that is instructing. And when it says yes and it feels natural and we say no, we feel disconnected. And then we go to people or objects to get connection.
Yes, and that's what I seem to want to be doing. And it's like, no, you should be with yourself. No, seeking for that other connection to not be with that.
Yeah. So how's it working out for you? It's like for all of us, we can never get it, the connection we're seeking,
Yeah.
because the seeking is keeping the connection away. Literally going to them for the connection makes us feel separate from connection and dependent, you
Wow.
know? So let's just go, who would you be without this thought that a person can give you connection?
I'd be with me and I'd be, well, it really just feels free.
Yeah. Yeah. And where I go with it is you'd be connecting to you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Be in a future, you wouldn't be seeking, you wouldn't be worrying about losing something, because you'd be connecting with you, and there's no loss when you're connected to yourself. We can't experience those things at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah, it's like the part of you that goes, I really want to be in relationship with this person, even though it doesn't feel good. The turnaround is, I really want to be in relationship with me when it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, that's so much truth. Yeah.
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 Yeah. So how's that feeling?
Light, free, and so much better. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really good. And I just to bring in a little bit more of the direct path, for a moment, this person that's seeking, that we call ourselves, that you might call me, that I'll call me, I really want this. Okay, just investigate for a moment. Who is that? What is that person that we're referring to that wants things? What is a want? What is it made of? If you investigate, what is a want? Well, there's definitely a thought. I want something. That's a thought, right? And it could be a feeling. We could describe it as a feeling, a yearning, a sensation. We'll just, the state of being, of wanting, is made of thoughts and emotions, thoughts and senses. Yes? Are we on the same page?
Yeah.
Okay. And don't believe me, just go to your direct experience. Okay, when I want something, my only experience is I'm thinking about that thing and I'm having feelings. I'm having something going on in my body I could sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now is that you? Are you the thoughts and emotions?
No.
No, because you're aware of the thoughts and emotions, right? You're telling me all about them. You go, yeah, I want this. There's these emotions. You're aware of the thoughts and the emotions. So when you say, I want this, is that even true? But that's you wanting and seeking the connection. Is that you? Or are those thoughts and sensations just
Wow.
showing up, just conditioning, showing up?
Yeah. It's really not me.
No, it's not you. It's like if you look at a tree, you're able to say, I see the tree. You don't identify with the tree and say, I am the tree, because you're the one that sees the tree. So there's a you seeing a tree, right? This is like the first step of the direct path. Oh, wait a second. I can't be that emotion. I'm literally the one aware of the emotion. That's what I am. And then I'm seeing, like an object, an emotion, the same way that a tree is an object.
Yeah.
So I want this. I'm the seeker. I am yearning. It's like, that's not even true. It's not you doing that. You're not doing it. You're not saying activate wanting now, and then thoughts come and emotions come. No, no, no. Thoughts and emotions just arise based on our conditioning. And if we believe that's who we are, we take it all personal. oh, I'm just wanting, I'm traumatized, I need to change this, versus let me expose if that's even me or not.
Mhm.
Because what would happen if, again, like I said on this call, if that was just a character in the play that we've been creating, oh, that's me in there, putting those thoughts in there, feeling those feelings, wanting things. But thoughts don't want anything. Thoughts are just thoughts. And an emotion can't actually want anything. It's just a sensation. It's literally just chemicals and movement.
Mhm.
So if we really look, where's this wanting happening? Like, who is there, an Ashley in there doing the wanting, or have I made that character up?
No, I've made that character up.
Yeah, and I make the character, we all make that character up, but as soon as we make the character up, we think that we have to solve the character's problems, and that's going to take effort and doing, and it's just the path of effort. Okay, I need to just discipline myself to give myself what I want. Well, wait a second, let me expose who I think I am right now, because I'm feeling really small. That's because I believed myself into this small wanting character, when in reality there's just thoughts arising, sensations arising, and my open awareness of it. But if I'm not sitting back in my awareness, I become the thought, thinking, emotional person that is doing everything, and I shield out my true self.
Wow.
Right. So even who would I be without this thought that I'm wanting anything? Like, and when I say that, I mean not to contradict your experience, because we feel that, but
Mhm.
it is just a feeling and a thought arising, and you're not doing it, you're not putting it there, you're not like, oh, I want this to arise now, and then it arises. It just arises. But without that being you, if that's not who you are, then it's like, how do you feel towards that experience without it being who you are?
Like I can observe, look at it,
Mm-hmm.
allow it, and like not attach anything and just let it pass through.
Yeah.
Like you say, me being the blue sky and those are just clouds.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's, yeah.
Yeah. And that's another pathway to innocence. It's like, I innocently believed I was these clouds. And if I am the clouds, I have to yearn, I have to want, I have to play out everything that a separate cloud plays out, that a separate person and ego plays out. I just have to keep attempting to fill myself up because I want it. And if I want it, then I need it. And wanting means if I get it, I'll be complete. So I just have to keep doing that. I have to keep doing it over and over and over until I start to expose the non-existence of my ego. Not to kill it,
Yeah.
just to really say, man, I can't take ownership over that.
Hmm.
And this is true responsibility. Some people go, well, if you don't take ownership over anything, you're just going to bypass. Well, there's a difference between accounting for it and being accountable, or being responsible. Being accountable says, oh, well, yeah, this is part of my experience, and it's healthy for me to want to respond to this in a positive way. Responsibility says, I did this, it's my fault, that's who I am, and I need to fix myself. And one's rooted in lack, and one is looking at it going, oh wait, this is actually here to show me who I am, to point me back to myself. That's its only purpose, you know.
That's so good, Brandon. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, really good. So anything else you want to share?
No. No, thank you. That was great. Yeah.
Awesome. All
Yeah.
right, Ash. Well,
Thank
this is
you.
really great. Thank you for coming on, for your honesty, for your feeling. And yeah, I'll see you soon.
Sounds good.